Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the 2024 Counselor Update. My name is Caitlin, and I'm the Recruitment Enrollment Supervisor at Lakeland. Just a few housekeeping items before we get going to our presenters. This presentation is being recorded, and it will be sent out to all attendees. Please mute your microphone and turn your camera off if it is not already done. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. We'll be monitoring that during the entire presentation, so feel free to write anything in there. I'll introduce our team quickly here. So we have Asia Peck, one of our recruitment advisors. She travels mostly in Saskatchewan, talking to high schools right now. So she is in the Regina area this week. We also have Kim Hinton. Thank you, Asia. Kim is away today, so she typically travels in Alberta. We have Jessica Ammonrood. So she handles all questions related to energy, business, health and wellness, and university transfer. So thank you, Jessica. We have Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane answers questions with human services. So if you ever are looking for those, that's where that will be. We also have Danielle White. She handles questions with agriculture sciences, environmental sciences, fire, and emergency services. And myself, again, Caitlin, I answer questions with interior design, trades, and technology. We have a few important dates coming up. We have our applications are now open. So they opened yesterday for fall 2025. Open house, both campuses will be October 18th and 19th this year. We will also be doing an online programs virtual open house starting October 29th. We have late hours with Lakeland, December 6th and February 5th. We'll be extending our hours those dates. We have program info sessions starting March 7th, and we have applications for emergency services technology. They open on May 7th for 2026. Now for open house, just some more information. That is again on Friday and Saturday, October 18th and 19th. This is a chance for students to talk with, or prospects to come on campus and talk with current students. We have instructors available. We have academic advisors available to chat with. You're able to do a tour of our campuses and see where learning comes to life. You get to learn all about services that will help you succeed. And there's lots of options and opportunities for some Lakeland merch, which is always a hit. For in-person visitors, so those who join us on campus, there is the opportunity to apply for free as well during open house. Now I will turn it over to Alan to talk about the updates in agriculture sciences.
I'm away at CFR this week, so I'll be real quick, and I'm really happy to say that there's not a lot of changes for the ag sciences this year. So those are the list of programs that we have. We have a degree, a 4-year Bachelor of Ag Technology. We have a number of 2-year diplomas, and then we also have some 1-year certificates. So we have a number of items that are available for your students potentially. A couple big changes, or not big changes, but in ag business, new to ag business is the addition of a vertical farm integration into the program. We're always looking for hands-on opportunities in the ag sciences, just like the other programs at Lakeland. So we've got the vertical farm coming in, and then students will assist in the production and the marketing of produce with this new addition to the program. So that would be our ag business program. Probably our biggest change this year is in our vet tech. It's a name change. Previous to this year, it was animal health technology. It has now been renamed veterinary technology to make it more in line with industry across the country. And we also have an increase in the number of blended vet tech seats. We've got a microphone on somewhere. We've increased the number of seats in our blended vet tech program from 24 to 48, and we're really happy to say that that program is full this year. So I would always encourage high school counselors, if their students are interested in this program, to apply early and get their name in the system to ensure that they get a spot down the line. And I guess the other thing, what do you tell your students? The biggest challenge often for local counselors is to convince their kids to come to Vermilion or to Lakeland, because it's too close to home and they want to move further away from the forums, from their parents. But Lakeland is a great opportunity. I would also encourage your students to take a look at ag, even if they're not from an ag background. The numbers of students that come from a farm are decreasing simply because there are fewer farms and smaller families, and there is a massive labor shortage in ag. It's a growth industry. Apply early. Numbers in ag continue to rise. We did have a waiting list for crop tech for the first time this year. So again, that's a program that's increasing in popularity. And please come visit us on campus. We're a great transition school if you don't want to go to Edmonton or Saskatoon right away. And with that, so here's a question. What's the difference between vet tech and blended vet tech? Vet tech is a purely online program. So students come just like a pretty standard university college experience. They live on campus. Their lectures are on campus. Their lectures are in person. Their labs are in person. The blended vet tech is the lectures are all done virtually. Students do not live on campus. They can do that from anywhere in Canada. But for their labs, they come at least 2, sometimes 3 times a year for anywhere from 7 to 10 days. And the labs that the on-campus students would do that are spread over a semester are all crammed into those 10 days. It's great for folks that maybe are working in a clinic already and they want to get their certification, but maybe they're in a stage of life where they can't pack up and move to Vermilion. Or some folks prefer the online learning model, and so that's just the way they want to do their learning. The content is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the mode of delivery. Vet Tech on campus, blended Vet Tech is a combination of learning at home virtually and being on campus for the labs. Any other questions? No, you can't. Good question. No, you cannot apply for both. You can only apply to one program at a time. If for some reason you apply to, say, the on-campus one and you're put on a waiting list, and there's a space that's open in the blended, often admissions will contact you and say, hey, I see that you've been conditionally accepted here, but there's a spot in this one. Would you consider moving to this program? But you can only apply for one program at a time. Thank you very much. And I will now stop sharing.
Thank you, Alan. We will go over to business now.
All right. So my name is Brandy Mendez. I'm the academic advisor in business. So yeah, a good chunk of our stuff is the same. We do have a few minor things that are different here, but just as a reminder, we just have a various number of programs. So we do have some one-year certificates, including our accounting tech, our administrative professional, as well as our business administration certificate. And all of them are really great because one way or another, whether that's the whole program or some of the program, we actually have built these programs in such a way that if the students really enjoyed the program and want to continue their education, it really goes to, like, they all kind of ladder into the 2-year diploma majors, which is awesome. So those 2-year diploma majors, again, consist of accounting, general business, marketing, real estate appraisal and assessment, and small business and entrepreneurship. So no differences there. And with our degree as well, just as a reminder, we have a collaboration with Athabasca University. So a lot of students, what they like to do after they graduate is they like to be part of this collaboration, which essentially means that they can stay here on campus and do a mix of some online Athabasca courses along with some in-person courses here at Lakeland College that go towards their degree. So the only other thing too that we have that it isn't usually open or openly advertised anyways, we do have like open studies where on occasion we have students that want to take some one-offs for different purposes. So for example, we have some students that, we have a student here that's taking advantage of having an opportunity to play for one of our teams, but he's picking courses that are going to be beneficial for his degree that he's already started somewhere else. So we have some situations like that. And then we also have some people in industry that are coming and taking a course here and there that's going to help them as they go back to work. So that we have some really cool opportunities like that as well. And we also have some students that will come here and take open studies to take courses that will go towards their Canadian Certified Administrative Professional, so the CCAP certification, as well as the Blue Seal. So we're really excited that we have so many options for students for all different purposes. So there's a few points here on this that some are new, and those are indicated by the bigger bullet points there. So just kind of as a reminder as we go through. So again, we love the flexibility that we have here in business. So students, again, can take business administration certificate or basically the first year of the diploma, and they have the choice to take it either completely face-to-face, completely online, or they can do a mix of both, blended learning. And just to clarify what that blended learning means, because it can mean different for every department, school, or whatever the case may be. For us, what that means is blended means that if you have a number of courses, certain courses might be online and other courses might be in person. So if you're in a certificate with 10 courses and you decide to take 3 or 4 courses online, that's the blended learning aspect of it. What's new, particularly with the first year, and what we're really excited about is this year we have the Math 201, which is our business statistics class. That is also online in our second year now, and that allows a appraisal and assessment student to do their entire first year online. So we're very excited about that, just because they do have the stats that is required for them if they want to go into their entire second year. And that's really exciting, because previously they would be able to get to do all of them but that, so we'd have to look at options for them to do stats from a distance. And so anyways, we're now very excited to have that available for them. So we've had a number of students now doing that. Something else that's a little bit new is that some of our programs and diploma majors now have a few more blended learning, either requirements or options. So what that means is somewhere where there's requirements, sometimes it just means that there's only like 1 or 2 courses that they have to take online. Whereas other programs, they just kind of, oh, well, I can take this online and it still fits my program. So that's really awesome there. We do find well over half to over half are actually taking blended options where they have choices. So it's quite a popular feature of our program. And then as of fall 2024, something that I had mentioned last year, we were working towards getting an entire general major diploma in online, and we have now accomplished that. So as of this fall, we have an entire 20 courses online, 10 first year, which we had been doing for a couple of years for now, and now we have our 10 second year courses as well that is available for students to do a diploma completely online. And I've had a lot of students say that they're very excited about this because they wouldn't be able to do it otherwise, whether it's family purposes or work or maybe athletic purposes or whatever the case may be. So it's very exciting that we have that for them. Students can take full-time and part-time. That's really nothing new. I've got students that take sometimes as little as 1 class per semester because they've got so many other things in their lives, so they can continue their education. Some are very close to completion, and they're getting very excited about that. And then, yeah, students, I mentioned again that students have the option to go into the collaboration degree program with Athabasca University, where they can do blended or all online learning and get their degree as well. Oh, yeah, sorry, just looking at the questions here. So I have a question that says, if you started in the business certificate, moved into the diploma, and then into the degree, you could still finish in 4 years? And yes, that is correct. If a student were to take 5 classes per semester, be successful in those 5 classes, meet the requirements, they are eligible to graduate with a degree in 4 years. All right, so one of the other things that we just are really excited about too is sometimes business doesn't really get recognized for the things that they get to do, kind of that hands-on learning stuff. And so that's what we're really trying to promote with our students, is look at the opportunities that you can take advantage of, these resume building activities, and what you can do kind of beyond the classroom. So for example, we have like Inspiring Women's Conference and Chamber Connect, the co-op internship, where students are actually getting that work experience, actually getting experience, whether that's creating and executing the Inspiring Women's Conference, which I'll jump over here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I'm going to go through and get to that. Oh, I guess we don't have that slide, so I apologize. So For example, our administrative professional students, they actually get the opportunity to do a women, like create and execute the whole conference here in Lloyd. They partner with KT and Company, and they actually work with them and do everything from start to finish, including meetings, running the sessions, registration, all of that kind of stuff. And then they have before and after meetings. What can they improve? It's really amazing. Last year they had like over 350 registrants for that, and it's just building every year. So that's a really exciting opportunity of things that they get to do. So, for example, you'll see the Chamber Connect, some students that get the opportunity to connect with local business owners and be able to network and all that kind of thing. We have the Synergy Speakers Corner, where students get to actually practice presenting, and whether that's telling a story and building their confidence. It's a really cool opportunity for them. We've seen lots of improvement with lots of students, and it's really amazing. Again, the co-op internship, where they actually get to have work experience throughout the summer if they're between first year and second year, and all that kind of stuff. So really cool opportunities, and we have so many more that students get to take advantage of. So we really try to encourage students to do that and build their resume. And lastly, we just also have some high school dual credit. This is not new, but just as a reminder, we do have our business law. We do have options to offer online and in person. And if you have any questions about when like the in-person ones are offered or anything like that, you can feel free to reach out to me at any time. And that's it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brandy. So next we have energy, and I will turn it over to Simon.
Okay, good morning. Okay, then, so not a lot has changed in the energy program. Our two main programs to talk about are still the 2-year diploma, which is the process and power engineering, and then also our online or our 4th class power engineering online course. So for the first year, I've changed the slides a little bit from last year just to give you a few facts to take away. The big thing for the first year, of course, is that we no longer advertise it as the Power Engineering Technician course. However, at the end of the first year, a student can choose to exit, and they would graduate that first year with their 4th class Power Engineering certificate, as well as the college certificate as well. In terms of the electives at the bottom there, before Christmas or the end of semester 1, our students will choose the electives. There'll be 2 of those for the second year, and I'll mention those in just a couple of slides time. Other than that, no changes. The maximum capacity for the first year of the program is 40. The second year is when they come back to work on their 3rd class power engineering certificate, power engineering diploma. There is no changes here to the second year of the program, same as last year. Maximum capacity here for the second year of the program is the same as the first, and that is 40 again. We limit to 40 just because of our requirements from our regulator, which states that we can only have 10 students per instructor for a power lab group. Compare this to other colleges, which can be as high as 20. Our students get more of a face-to-face and more hands-on time due to our ratio. Okay, so for our electives, the electives, as I mentioned earlier, will be chosen before the end of the first semester in year 1, and they'll choose these electives based merely on what they're interested in or where their career path is projected to go toward. We don't just have heavy oil electives as we've done in the past. We also have sustainable energy programs. These are all online, of course, and at the moment the SET programs are basic energy principles, introduction to wind, introduction to solar, and introduction to biofuels. The heavy oil courses are oil exploration and drilling and completions, heavy oil production and upstream oil and gas facilities, SAGD operations, and heavy oil upgrading and optimization. All of them are online, and there's 50 hours allocated for each one. They'll do one elective in the first semester and then the other elective in the second semester. The one that we're certainly pushing here as a department is the gas process operator course. And the reason for this one over the others is that gas process operator is an industry recognized qualification education. The other electives are not. And also the reason for this one is if you take GPO or gas process operator as an external student, there are 4 individual modules to take and be examined upon. When we do the GPO with our second years, we actually give them transfer credit for 2 of the 4 parts. So they can get a full ticket of 4 modules for only completing 2 of them, as long as they complete their 3rd class power engineering certificate. Okay, for the next one, our admission requirements, these have not changed since last year. We do have one of the lowest entrance requirements in the province. The others that are somewhat similar to ours are Keano, Portage, and Northern Lakes. But Northern Lakes is only for 4th class. So overall, with our entrance requirements, we do end up with the highest provincial exam success in Alberta here for the last 2 years in a row. That's not changing. There we go. And then lastly, there's just a few statistics to add in for you there with regarding our exam results based on the provincial average of 72% for 4th and 78% for 3rd. All of our second year practicum students, which go out in between year 1 and 2, they generally will always be paid. This is why we encourage them to apply to those companies directly. And they'll earn anywhere typically between about $28 to $35 an hour for those 3/4 months that they're actually on practicum. The one slide that I didn't include in this, which I'll send through as an update to you in just a moment, is our 4th class online power engineering program. This is broken into 2 separate courses, one for Part A and one for Part B. Each of them run for 16 weeks, and there is a 1-month extension available to those courses if required for a cost of $200. The online program is self-directed with instructor support where required, and there are also lots of learning resources on those D2L Shell pages. The STEAM time for 4th class online will either be a 960-hour self-directed practicum, or 6 months if you prefer. That's through our course EN 131. Or the one that also appears more popular is our link with our Con Ed department, and this is for our 5-week summer STEAM lab. And then a little note about that, on the website, it actually says for the summer STEAM lab program that they have to have proof of a Part A course completion for 4th class. It's actually slightly incorrect. It's Part A or Part B they need to prove prior to registering for the Summer STEAM Lab. And for this year, Summer STEAM Lab opens on November the 1st. Any questions here? I see one. If a student's completed the 4th class elsewhere, can they enter year 2 and get the 3rd? Yes, absolutely. They would be classed as a ladder student for us. So as long as they can prove they have their 4th class power engineering certificate from elsewhere, we can ladder them into the program, and they would pick up the same program as all the others, including the electives. Any other questions? Okay, I'll take that as a no, and I will stop sharing.
Thank you, Simon.
There we go. Thank you.
All right, I will turn it over to Cass with Environmental Sciences.
Good morning. Cassandra Ganera, I'm the Chair of Environmental Science, and similar to other programs, we don't have a lot of changes in our program for this year. But if we go to this first slide here, we are offering that 1-year certificate. So I think last year may have been the first year that we took students into that program, and I'm happy to say that 2 of the 3 certificate students that we did have are returning back this year to finish their 2-year diploma. So that is great. For the 2-year diploma, we still have the same 5 majors that we had last year. So general environmental science, the land stewardship and conservation, environmental conservation and reclamation, renewable resource reclamation, and then wildlife and fisheries conservation. For all 5 of those diplomas, they still have a common first year set courses, and then they would vary in their second year. The General Environmental Sciences program has proven to be pretty popular for students coming into our program. So last year we started with about 13 students in that program, but by second year, they have all but one actually switched out into one of the other majors. So they're able to come in, see what area they like in General Environmental Sciences in that first year, and then they find their home in one of the other diplomas. Or if they choose to stay in General Environmental Sciences, they kind of get to choose some courses in their second year. For the second year programs, we're finding the Environmental Conservation and Reclamation program is really full, as well as the Wildlife and Fisheries Conservation diplomas. And then we also have our Bachelor of Applied Science in Environmental Management. So that is a program that a diploma student can come into, and they do 1 year of their coursework and then 1 year of paid practicum. We are very happy that program has 23 students in it this year, so very close to full, and a nice big group of students that actually came from the East Coast into that program. So that's really great to see. And then one thing that I forgot to put on this slide, and I really should have, is that we also have the Sustainable Energy Technology program under the Environmental Science umbrella again. And of course, that is our online program that is focused on renewable resources, so wind, solar, geothermal, and it is completely online with just a 1 week lab on campus here or a practicum option. For that program, there may be some changes coming forth in the next year that will allow students to take groups of courses and ladder up to that certificate level or ultimately to the diploma level. So there may be some changes on that side, but the rest of our programs have stayed fairly similar. So we are seeing a huge demand for environmental science students. I think all of our students from second year last year and our BASIM students have found jobs in the industry if they wanted them. We have lots of industry members reaching out to us looking for students. So there is a ton of really great job opportunities in this industry right now. Very employable students coming out of our program, and that is because of that hands-on component that we offer. So we have been out this year already doing prescribed burns, electrofishing, mine tours, vegetation assessments, erosion control installs, cabin assessments in Kananaskis. So we have been all over, very busy doing that hands-on field work that we really pride ourselves in our program. So that's remained consistent, but we're always throwing in new fun things like the cabin assessments and those prescribed burns and things that are coming up in industry that are really important for our grads to know about. And lastly, we are going to also offer these environmental sciences soil lab kits again. So if any teachers are interested in getting those, we're going to make a list of names for these soil boxes until October 31st, and then we will deliver them or send them out in mid-December. So if there aren't any questions, I think that is all I have to say about environmental sciences.
Thank you, Cassandra. And if there are questions, we'll have people able to answer them in the chat as well. So
perfect.
Thank you so much. All right, now I will invite Sean to turn his camera and mic on.
And the mic's important, right? So hi, everybody. My name is Sean McCary. I'm the Dean of the Emergency Training Center here at Lakeland College, and we're proud to be Canada's largest first responder institute in Canada. And it's an exciting time over here. And I know I'll just update you on some of our programs. Most importantly, our most great note that I'm very proud to share with you is that our staff and students were able to support the Jasper wildfire effort this year. Our staff and students ran out for 5 days after the Jasper wildfire blew through. We drove all through the night and got there and got to work for a very long time, or a very long 5 days, but it was a great experience for the students. to experience through our emergency service technology program and amped up our ability for that hands-on learning that Lakeland, again, as everybody's mentioned so far, really prides itself on. So we took that to an extreme level with our group here this year, on top of being able to go out to the wildland fire in Parkland County last year. So a great experience that I think Lakeland is the only institution when it comes to first responders that can offer their students in this type of real world response and atmosphere. So we're very proud to be part of that. So with that, I talked to our emergency service technology program, and that is our diploma program that we run here. It's a condensed and accelerated 2-year program, essentially delivered in one. We run that from February until November. So because water doesn't like the cold, our programs traditionally run over the summer months. It's a little bit opposite of the remainder of the college, but it's really nice our students get the run of the Vermilion campus over the summer with very little other students here. So lots of quiet time, and they get to stay focused on what they need to do. And in that program, we run 2 streams. You can come in and become a firefighter paramedic and leave, and there's lots of doors opened in the world for employment opportunities with that. Lots of firefighters, or lots of fire departments, require paramedic and firefighter certification. But one beautiful part of that program is that our paramedics get to spend 5 weeks just being a paramedic on our facility and responding to as real life scenarios as we can produce here. So instead of going with other institutions, you essentially will get your paramedic and you're thrown out on the street to go do your practicum and go get a job, where we reinvest about 5 weeks of additional training into our paramedic students so that we put out the best students and most prepared students to go out on the street. So if anybody's talking about looking at a paramedic program, I really do think we have the best program in the province that sets those entry-level paramedics out for a great amount of success when they do hit the streets in the ambulance. The other side of that program is our fire stream side, which is a lot more focused on fire and rescue skills and credentials for somebody to go out and be a great, first 5-year firefighter. That's desirable by many departments because of the accreditations they get. We are doing a curriculum overhaul on that course right now for the next class starting in February. A lot of time in this course, we prepared our students to become safety codes officers, and we've looked at that program this year and realized that that's probably not the most desirable training that we need to provide these students. So we are bringing in a lot more modernized skills and training into their program, and a few more credentials that I think will make the students' time here more useful and more meaningful, and I think they'll leave even more prepared. So we're excited to roll that out in February. I think that involves about 10 courses being shifted around, which we're excited about. Once students complete that, they can then go into our degree program later on. Our degree program is completely online. It is more gauged for a working professional in the emergency services world, so it's not really an entry program at this time, but our diploma program would be the best part, the best entry place in. It's our, let's say, our most elite, most desirable program. With that, though, if students can't come in and spend that 10 months with us on campus, and then they actually have to go out and do a practicum in the field as well, if they can't find that time or aren't able to fit that in, we do have our firefighter training programs, which consist of a traditional 12-week on-site program, or we also run a blended program. So again, if you can't be on campus for that entire 12 weeks, we do run a blended where students will learn at home remotely for 12 weeks, and then they'll join us here in the Vermilion campus for 5 weeks of more extensive, faster paced hands-on training, and then they'll leave with the required credentials to apply for firefighter jobs. And then outside of that, we have a ton of con ed training when it goes into rope rescue training, confined space, wildfire fighting, emergency management courses, dangerous goods, and a bunch of different technical, rescue and I guess responder type training. On our side, the other piece that we like to share with prospective students coming through is that there are many private companies that do the same kind of training we do, and there are other institutions. And I think that one of the advantages that we have at Lakeland College, and I encourage people to come here, is you get academic credits, of course, being a college. You won't get that from a private company, of course. and students in the academic services we have. I always like to joke, does that institution have a pool? No. Well, we have a pool. We have a full fitness facility. We have a large training facility. Other private companies come to use our facilities. So I'm going, why don't you should just look at us and come here. You'll get a better, better experience, I think. I see a ton of students when they arrive here and they've trained at other institutions, they get a sad look on their face because they're like, oh, if I knew you had what you had, I would have come here. So we strongly encourage students to look at us for all the amenities that come with that college life and that college experience that Lakeland gets to offer that they wouldn't get otherwise at other places. So very proud for that. And I'm hoping we can share lots of new and exciting news and initiatives coming down the road for us here in the future between some provincial and federal programming. I look forward to sharing those soon. But I think that's everything I have for the Emergency Training Center in a nutshell. So you're encouraged to follow us on our social media websites or our pages on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. We try to keep those up to date, and I encourage any prospective students to look at that because we really try to show off that the experience they will get with us here daily as compared to other places. So I will now be quiet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. With that, I will invite Michelle to present for Health and Wellness.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Beal. I'm filling in for Sarah, and I'm a full-time hairstylist instructor here at Lakeland. Today, I'm excited to present the unique programs and events in our Health and Wellness department here on the Lloydminster campus. These programs include hairstyling, barbering, esthetician, clinical esthetician, and healthcare aid. I'm also going to touch on our first annual Border Beauty Showcase, which took place this year. Okay, our barbering program. The barbering program is new-ish, not only to us, but to Alberta. We are proud to have successfully graduated 2 classes of barbering students already. In just 4 months, students can gain a foundation of haircutting in taper, fades, and shaving techniques. Our barbering course is integrated within the hairstyling training while they are here. The hairstyling program. So at our state-of-the-art salon in Lloydminster, we have added more stations to accommodate more people. Students receive 10 months of practical training. They master foundational skills like haircutting, coloring, and chemical texturizing, while also staying ahead of modern trends, including extensions, locks, and updos. Students will work with diverse hair types and textures, preparing them to tackle everything from classic styles to cutting-edge fashion. Importantly, they also learn salon management, preparing them for leadership in the industry. In Alberta, hairstyling is recognized as a regulated trade, which means that upon completing their training, students are required to complete apprenticeship hours and exams. If a barbering student finds that they love the craft and want to expand their skills, they can continue their training in the full hairstyling program. On the flip side, if a hairstyling student discovers that barbering is more their passion, they have the option to complete the barbering program instead. This flexibility ensures that students are able to focus on the path that truly excites them. Estheticians. Our esthetician program covers a wide range of spa services, including skincare, hair removal, body treatments, and makeup. The 8-month course emphasizes not only technical skills needed, but also essential business and professional practices. For those looking to specialize further, they can move on to the clinical esthetician program. We have successfully graduated 3 classes. This program offers advanced training in treatments like laser technology, chemical peels, and microneedling. Graduates will be well prepared for roles in a medical spa, dermatology clinics, and beauty salon. Also in the esthetician, we have a makeup artistry course taking place November 22nd to November 24th. Healthcare aid. This is an 8-month in-person full-time program at our Lakeland Lloydminster campus, which provides immersive training and includes a 320-hour practicum in local assisted living and long-term care facilities. With a high demand for healthcare aides in this region, graduates have an excellent job prospects, especially after gaining practical experience during their placement. Last but not least, we're going to touch on the Border Beauty Showcase. So Our very first showcase was a great success. It was held this year, and we're already planning the next one for March 24th. It was led by our talented hairstyling and esthetician students, and this event was a day full of creativity, competitions, trade shows, and entertainment. Competitors showcased their skills in avant-garde, barbering, updos, and makeup. This event also includes special high school categories, encouraging our younger students to step into the beauty industry and showcase their talent. We also have alumni coming back to help plan and compete in the competition. And that is all for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michelle. Now, if we've got Kelly here, I'll invite you to turn your camera on and your mic as well.
Hi, my name is Kelly Mazerol. I'm the academic advisor with Human Services along with Sarah Jane. Human Services is offered on the Vermilion campus and also online. So if you like working with people or your students like working with people, we are the ones. So our first program is American Sign Language and Deaf Culture Studies. It's offered in person on the Alberta School for the Deaf in Edmonton. It's an immersive experience because the students have deaf instructors. So they're immersed in the language, which we know is the best way to learn a language. Yes, so our other one-year certificate program is early childhood education. So the students can apply directly to the certificate and they would graduate as a level 2 early childhood educator if they just want a one-year program. It is also offered online. So if the students would like to get a job working in the field, there is money available from the government of Alberta and the government of Saskatchewan, which helps cover their tuition because there's a shortage in the field. So they have to pay for their courses first, and then they submit the receipts to the government of Alberta or Saskatchewan to be reimbursed. So that's a great program if they're working in the field full-time at a licensed facility. And a lot of our students have been taking advantage of that opportunity to study and then earn while they're learning. We also have our educational assistant program. So if they like to work in more of a structured environment in the schools from kindergarten to grade 12, it's offered online, but it also could be offered in a blended format if they would like to take some of their courses on campus, and then the courses that are specific to the educational assistant program would be offered online. So they would get some support if they would like to be on campus and have more of an in-person environment. We tailor our program with electives so that the students can then match what their interests are and what they would be able to offer to students who are needing support in the school system. So they can offer personal support, they can offer ASL 101 if they're interested in working with students who are hard of hearing or deaf. So they're able to tailor the resume, which makes our program then unique. The 2-year diploma is the Child and Youth Care Counsellor program. So if the students would like to work with at-risk youth families, our students start right away on campus volunteering at the out-of-school care program that we have in Vermilion. So they get a chance to practice and apply the theory that they've learned in class before going out on their practicums. Practicums take place at like a women's shelter or a men's shelter, big brothers, big sisters, addiction, trauma-informed practices. It's an accredited program, so it's recognized across Canada, and they complete 4 practicums in a variety of settings. Graduates from our Child and Youth Care Diploma program in Alberta are recognized as level 3 early childhood educators. So if that's something that they're interested in, that would be a different focus than our early childhood education diploma program. Our new program is Community Support Practitioner. We just started with our first intake in September. The students would like to work with adults and seniors, so that brings our Human Services programming all the way across the spectrum from prenatal all the way to seniors. So it's been a great addition to our program offerings. Early childhood education, if the student wants to come on campus, we now have direct entry into the diploma. So they are able to come right in, do the 2 years, and graduate with their level 3 early childhood educator. We do have a childcare center on site, so the students are involved right from day 1 in September, working with the children at our childcare center and learning hands-on before they go out onto practicum. We have a unique practicum for their 3rd practicum. They stay on campus and they create a play program, and we invite the families with young children in Vermilion to come and experience it for free. So from mid-November to mid-December, they transform the classroom for an infant toddler room and a preschool room. They organize all of the activities. They organize the snacks, create a parent handbook, work with registration, and respect all the regulations for licensing in order to offer this free program to the community. There are still lots of jobs in the fields of human services that we have a lot of students that when they go out on practicum, then if it's a good fit, they get hired, which is a great problem to have. Once they graduate, there's a post-credential certificate in animal-assisted wellness. So if the students like partnering with animals on our Vermilion campus, as you know, people bring their dogs and their horses on campus. So it's a great way for students to tailor their craft. So if they're already an educational assistant and would like to then partner with animals to help students in a different way, then they can do our certificate in animal-assisted wellness. We partner with Dreamcatcher out of Ardrossan, who offers animal-assisted wellness, and we do our field placement there in June every year. And we also have community mental health. A lot of our child and youth care graduates complete a post-credential certificate then in community mental health. We ask that the students have some experience in human services. So both of these programs are not directly out of high school, because they need a little bit of human services background and a foundation in order to enter into these programs. But we find a lot of our students are coming to Lakeland in child and youth care because they want to do community mental health afterwards or animal assisted. So it's a bit of an end goal. So yes, so our new program, Community Support Practitioner, we have them out right away at the lodge here in Vermilion. They're volunteering with the seniors. The focus is more on the wellness side, so helping them with activities, helping them get to appointments, create a support around that. It's different from the healthcare aid that we had presented earlier. It doesn't focus on the medical side at all. It's more on the social side and making sure that the aging population and adults with disabilities get the support that they need in terms of daily living. So it has been quite popular, and we're quite excited to have our first students who started in September. We also have a new building that's coming, so it should be, technically speaking, starting in January of 2026, we should have our new Bentley building. So we have a chance to design the classrooms. So we will have state-of-the-art classrooms, and the childcare center will also be attached to our classrooms there. We have some breakout rooms, and we have been focusing our practice on outdoor and nature play. So we are out in the Arboretum. We do a lot of our classes outside. We are part of a research study across Canada on the benefits of outdoor and nature play. So that's going to also be an indoor-outdoor classroom in our new building. So that has been an exciting addition for us. Our students are also involved in the wellness fair. So in February, we created a wellness fair and invited all of the other students in different programs to come. We had a guest speaker. We also had tables with all of the support services that are offered in our communities, and they were able to present to our students. So they were organizing it. They did the invitations, the setup, and the thank yous. So it was a great hands-on learning experience. And we also are involved in dual credit. So if your students are taking dual credit in high school, they are recognized. Some of the courses that they take in dual credit are recognized, so they come into our program already with some experience and a course under their belt. So if you have any questions, this is my contact information, and I don't see anything in the chat, so I think I'll stop sharing. Thank you.
All right, our interior design instructors are busy in class this morning, so I will chat about our interior design program. So new for this year, fall 2024, the course load has now changed to 5 courses per semester. So in the past, it was 22 total, and now they're doing 20 courses prior to their practicum, which is nicer, a little bit less of a course load for our students to hopefully they get more success and have time to work on projects, because they're doing lots of applied skills. In interior design, an interior designer needs many practical and applied skills like developing detailed plans, elevations and sections, spatial planning, residential, retail, and hospitality. You can kind of read there. They do lots of in the class work. They get to design spaces on campus as well. They do lots of professional networking. The instructors have lots of contacts all over Alberta and Saskatchewan. So, and kind of Western Canada as well. So they're very well known in the area. For awards, the interior design technology specifically has 12 awards through Lakeland College. So that's only available to our interior design students. Students have won over $113,000 in awards and scholarships through student competition alone. And we are now 18 years straight winners at the National Kitchen and Bath Association design competition. So that's at NKBA. We have a transfer agreement with Yorkville University. So the agreement gives Lakeland College interior design students 79 credits towards the 102 credits needed for the bachelor degree offered by Yorkville. We have Laura Goodsman, one of our graduates, a winner of the Yorkville University's 2019 President's Award for Bachelor of Interior Design program. And we also have advanced standing at Mount Royal University. So our students get credit for 1 year of Mount Royal's 4-year program for once they're done their 2-year diploma. And then again, they have lots of scholarship opportunities specific for our interior design students. So through the National Kitchen and Bath Association, they're a founding member. We have founding member program status. Decorators and Designers Association of Canada recognized program. Decorating and Interior Design Association of Alberta, we're a recognized program there. And they all offer student memberships, and the National Kitchen and Bath Association and DDA have member-only scholarship opportunities. So we're members, that's for our students specifically. All offer webinar and educational sessions for industry, like products, trends, materials, business support, marketing, with most sessions free of charge for members or at a reduced cost. So similar to environmental sciences, there's also an option to bring interior design to your classroom. So you can request a free interior design space planning activity kit. By doing that, you can kind of see everything that is included there. It's available in a printable PDF as well as an AutoCAD version. You can email hello@lakelandcollege.ca to request this kit, and they will be sent out monthly. All right, so that's interior design quickly. And now I will turn it over to Curtis to give an update on trades and technology.
Thanks, Caitlin. At Lakeland here in trades, we have 7 Red Seal certified apprenticeship trades: auto service technician, carpenter, electrical, heavy equipment technician, parts online, steam fitter, pipe fitter, which came back this year, and our welder program. Our AST program is a 4-year program, 8 weeks per intake, and that would entitle 1,560 hours out in the field working. So it's an apprenticeship program. Carpenter program is very similar in that nature. It's a 4-year program, 8-week intakes. So there's 4 of those. Electrician is a little bit different. It is a 4-year program. There are 4 intakes. 2 of them are 8 weeks and 2 of them are 10 weeks. That's actually changing this year. Our heavy equipment program is a confusing one a bit. It is a 4-year program. There are 4 8-week intakes, but with that program, you can actually come away with 3 different journey person tickets. You can become a transport trailer mechanic, a heavy duty off-road mechanic, which would be more the agricultural side, or a truck and transport mechanic. So it is a little bit different there. Our next one would be our parts technician. It is a 3-year program. It is offered all online. It is 3 intakes. There is a 6-week, a 8-week, and a 6-week. The way we do it online is we open offering in September and close it in June, so our online students would have the full year to work on it. And it has really taken off over the past year, so it's been really great that way. Our steam fitter pipe fitter program is a 4-year program. Again, they're 8-week intakes, so there's 4 of those a year. And then the welder would be the last one. It is a 3-year program, and there are 3 8-week intakes with that one. Other programs we have some pre-employment programs. We have 3 running right now. We have an auto service technician one, we have a welding one, and we have an electrician one. All of those programs are 4-month programs. So 3 of those would be in class here on the Vermilion campus. And then the last month is out on practicum in industry. getting some real hands-on experience for those students. A majority of those practicum placements end up in job offers for our students as well. So it's been a pretty popular program the last few years. There are some other Con Ed programs that we also offer in Lloydminster at the Energy Center. We have truck driver training. You can get your Class 1 or your Class 3. The Class 1 is mandatory entry-level training. We do know that that's probably going to change in the future here with some of the stuff coming down the pipe through the Alberta government. But right now, that is what we are offering. Other continuing education things we have on campus, we have some B pressure prep for welding and B pressure testing. We have MIG and arc welding introductory classes. We have some CWB testing. We do some Red Seal prep. We do offer a lot of career and technology studies programs through a lot of our different trades. So we do auto, we do carpentry, we do electrical, we do auto service. I know interior design does some as well. We do offer a master electrician program, and then there are some vehicle restoration workshops that are held in Lloyd at the Energy Park Center as well. And then right now we're hosting some introduction to trades courses. We actually have an intake in for carpentry right now, and very soon we'll have one coming for auto service. The one thing I didn't put on here and I forgot to was dual credit. We are offering dual credit this year. We just got last week we got announced that we'll be doing auto service dual credit, and we'll also be doing carpentry dual credit starting in February. So that's pretty exciting for us because we see a lot of students continue on into our trades with that. So it's a fantastic feeder, and it's a great community involvement. And that's all I got from the trade side.
Great. Thank you, Curtis. All right, we will move over to university transfer with Kelsey.
Okay, good morning. They always save the best for last. I had to say that since I'm last. So university transfer, I am the academic advisor. I do meet with the students individually. So it does take me a little bit longer to meet with all the students. However, they are getting one-on-one support to pick their classes. So hopefully they think they feel at least a little bit more supported. Typically start meeting with them near the end of May and continue throughout the summer. And I do base that on when they pay their tuition deposit. So the earlier they pay their tuition deposit, the earlier they'll get that email from me. So just a few reminders. We cannot guarantee acceptance into a university. So we will do our best to ensure that students are taking the right classes, but they have to do the work of applying to the university, making sure they're meeting the deadlines for them. I will mention Casper as well. More and more universities are using it as that situational judgment test. The Casper website has lots of information. It has stuff about how you can prep for it, what universities require it, all of that. I share stuff with the students when they're here for the programs that we offer that require Casper. Our students do take a trip to Mexico at the end of finals, so in April. We've been going for several years now. We did take a little break through COVID, but we will continue doing it as long as there's interest. Typically, our education students are the ones that want to go, but we have had students go for nursing, arts. Anyone is definitely encouraged to go. We have 4 collaborations. Athabasca students can do arts and science degrees, 3-year or 4-year arts and 4-year science. We have an agreement with the University of Calgary and their community-based education program. They do have that students need to be from rural Alberta. So their address does need to be Alberta, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, does count as rural Alberta. So students could be from the Lloydminster area and still apply. However, if they go outside of it, Maidstone, Peyton, anything like that, they would not be eligible to apply. They want to keep it within Alberta. We also have the University of Saskatchewan Nursing. We've had this for many years, the pre-professional year. However, we are going on to our third year of offering years 2, 3, and 4 on the Lloydminster campus. And we hope to continue that as well for the years coming. We have about 20 seats available each year. We do share the nursing lab with our USAS students, the healthcare aid students at Lakeland, as well as Northern Lakes LPN program. So it is a very busy hub, which is why our seats are maybe not as high as some people would like. We do take about 30 to 40 pre-professional nurses, and so they could apply to the other locations as well in North Battleford, which is new this past year, Saskatoon, Prince Albert, Yorkton. So there are other locations available to those if they don't get in here. Aboriginal Teacher Education Program, ATEP with the University of Alberta. We still have that route as well as a collaboration. Students do need to be Indigenous in order to take that route. What is new? I think our biggest thing is that we are developing a couple of new courses. We will have political science and astronomy, 100 levels for next year. Astronomy will require Math 30-2 or Math Foundations 30. And it will be strongly recommended that students have Physics 30. But in talking with a lot of the students, I know that that is not a popular science that a lot of students do. So we wanted to make it so that students had another opportunity for a science course that was outside of biochem physics or science. We will also have political science. So just that 100 level, the prerequisite will be what is required to get into university transfer, which is English 30-1 or English 30 for Saskatchewan, and 50%. And so that'll be another social science options for our students, as well as probably of interest to anyone wanting to do law. This is more of a reminder, but MedLab Science, you can do it in 1 year again with the way we've kind of sequenced some of our courses. I do not suggest it because it essentially requires students to take 4 sciences in their first semester plus English, which is a lot. Even 3 sciences is a lot. So typically try to keep it to 2 or 3. So since it is a very competitive program, we will always still suggest that the students take the prerequisites for MedLab over 2 years. We also do have dual credit for Alberta and Saskatchewan. For Alberta, we have an agreement with Buffalo Trail School Division. So students take courses in September and February with us fully online. And then we also have an agreement with Lloyd Public and Lloyd Catholic School Divisions that take courses with us typically in January, because those ones are offered in person with our students in the evening. And that is it for myself.
Thank you, Kelsey. All right. So that concludes our updates from all programs and departments. If you joined late or had to step out or anything like that, we will be emailing this presentation to everyone. So rest assured that should come by next week, if not earlier. If you do have any questions, make sure you're putting them in the chat right now. Again, they'll be monitored for the remainder of this presentation. I just have a couple things to wrap up. So again, I have the important dates here. So again, applications for fall 2025 are now open. A big thing again, open house is coming up. We're really excited to see everyone on campus and show off our wonderful facilities on October 18th and 19th. We have online programs, virtual open house. That's for any online or blended programs. That's October 29th. Late hours with Lakeland, December 5th. and February 6th. And that is just us extending our hours to accommodate anyone that isn't able to make it on campus before we close at 4:30. We have program info sessions on March 7th on both campuses, and emergency services technology for 2026 applications open on May 7th, 2025. Just a bit more on open house again. So one change is that applications will be free for on-campus visitors. So anyone that is on campus attending open house can apply for free. You have to visit in person to get that free application. We are hoping that you can encourage students to RSVP so we kind of get an idea on numbers. And if you are wanting to bring a school group on campus, we would love to welcome you and bring as many of your grade 12s as possible so that they can apply for free again, since they have to be on campus for that. If you're wanting to do that, there will be information in the chat as well for bringing students on campus, but you just have to send us a simple email to hello@lakelandcollege.ca, and we will coordinate that visit, whether it's for Lloydminster or Vermilion or both. And if you aren't on our counselor communication group, I guess, you can stay connected by just scanning this QR code and filling out a counselor communication form, just so that you get your name added, and we'll send updates, event information, and lots of important information throughout the year to you that way. That's the best way to stay connected. I will leave that up for a bit here, but that is all the information that we have to share with you this morning. We're very thankful that you were able to join us. We hope it was informative for everyone. Again, we'll leave the chat open for a little bit longer, but if you would rather send us an email, the general email that we monitor every day, someone from our team, would be hello@lakelandcollege.ca. So if you think of a question after, if you're not wanting to put it in the chat, that's totally fine. You can just email that address and we will answer your question. But with that, we will give you the rest of your day back here. Kelsey has answered in the chat as well that university transfer question. That was sent in by Janelle, so you can read her response there. If there's any other questions, now's your time, or we will say goodbye and thank you for joining us.